Hello and welcome back to the Wot Analysis Introductory series.
Sometimes it burns, sometimes it hurts. When you say my name, but thinking of her.
You are probably already familiar with the 4 classes in World of Tanks, but these next few videos will be going over each class in detail, starting with the heavy tanks. You might be wondering, what actually is a heavy tank? Well, heavy tanks are tanks which have the best armor and devastating firepower. They rely on this armor to protect them in battle and are used mainly for taking shots for their team. Here we can see gameplay of the WZ-111-5A, which is a tier 10 heavy tank.
Sometimes it
This is the WZ-111-5A statistics. This site shows all the relative information about each tank and its armor profile. Here we can see the WZ-111-5A's weaponry, mobility, and armor stats. Starting with weaponry, we can see that the WZ-111-5A does on average 490 damage per shot with a penetration value of 250mm and a 10.75 second reload. Moving on to armor. As it's a heavy tank, the armor values of the tank are relatively good compared to the rest of the classes in World of Tanks. Here we can see that the WZ-111-5A has around 310mm of armor on its turret and 250mm on its hull, meaning it is well armored and can bounce lots of shots from enemy tanks. But the WZ-111-5A's mobility is where the tank truly shines, with it being able to go at 50 km per hour. This means that the tank can make its way around the battlefield faster than most heavy tanks. But they get heavier. Here we can see gameplay of the most heavily armored tank in the world, the Mouse. Here we can see the Mouse's statistics. Starting with the weaponry, we can see that the Mouse is similar to the WZ-111-5A, as they deal the same 490 damage to their opponents, although the Mouse has less penetration than the WZ-111-5A with 246mm. Looking at mobility, as you can see, the Mouse is very slow, only able to go at 20 km per hour, and this can limit the Mouse's performance in battle. But the main purpose of this tank is not its mobility, but its armor. Here we can see that the Mouse has 280mm of armor on its upper plate, and 260mm of armor on its turret, but if angled, can go up to 350 to 400mm thick. As you can see from these two comparisons, the heavy tank class is based around armor and the art of blocking damage. You have seen that some heavy tanks are slower and some are faster, but all have good guns and all can make credits and experience. I hope you enjoyed our in-depth look into the heavy tank class, and I'll hope to see you again for the next video in the Wot Analysis Introductory series.
Sometimes it burns, sometimes it hurts. When you say my name, but thinking of